Was Russian opposition leader and Putin critic Alexey Navalny poisoned to death? While mystery around Navalny's death deepens, his widow seems to believe so. Over a year after Navalny's sudden death in a remote Arctic prison, his wife, Yulia, made a rather explosive claim. She claims laboratory analysis of smuggled biological samples have found that Navalny was killed by poisoning while incarcerated in an Arctic prison in February 2024. In a social media post, she remarked that the lab results driven and derived from the two countries independently and specifically concluded poisoning be the cause of her late husband's death. Making a more pointed allegation, Yulia charged Russian President Vladimir Putin with her husband's murder. In a video, she further went on to describe the day her husband died inside a Russian prison in the Arctic Circle. She also urged for the lab findings to be made public, substantiating her claims.
Vladimir Putin is guilty of the murder of my husband, Alexey Navalny. I accuse Russian intelligence agencies of developing banned chemical and biological weapons. I demand that the laboratories that conducted the research publish their results.
While U.S. officials have disputed the lab findings, they seem to directly contradict the official Russian narrative, which attributed his death to natural causes. So what truly unfolded behind the prison bars where Navalny was kept? Navalny, famously known as a prominent Putin critic, passed away at the age of 47 on February 16, 2024, while serving a 19-year sentence on charges of political retribution. The incident marked a huge loss for the Russian opposition, which stripped it of its most popular leader, whose death continues to be a flashpoint, especially between Russia and the West. While authorities stated that Navalny had felt unwell after a walk and collapsed shortly afterwards, and Russian state media suggested blood clot to be the reason behind his death, Navalny's doctor categorically rejected these claims. At the time of the incident, Putin had described the death of the imprisoned opposition leader as an unfortunate incident. Putin had also further claimed that he had been ready to release him in exchange for Russian prisoners held in the West. However, he reportedly had one condition: that Navalny never returns to Russian soil ever again. However, Navalny's cause of death has remained somewhat dubious, with several theories and counter-theories emerging post the incident. All said and done, Navalny is largely remembered as the man who challenged Putin hard. Though his anti-corruption movement, Navalny and his team released numerous investigations into alleged corruption among Russia's political elite, including senior officials and business figures close to the Kremlin. Undoubtedly, he posed a major roadblock to Vladimir Putin's ambitions.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.